Gotta have some pop. All right, what's going on? What's going on as we get in here? Hey, if y'all got questions, go ahead, drop them in there. I want to hear from y'all. Set up another YouTube live. It's like to kind of work out some of these kinks on this YouTube live. Still something new, something fresh to me. So I just want to kind of get a feel for it. But if you guys got questions, drop them in there. I want to hear from y'all. I'm still working on getting my camera set up. I'm using this bad webcam. I really don't like it, but I'm trying to use my Sony. I'm waiting on one more little link, I guess. Hopefully get it working here soon. But if you guys got questions, comments, drop them in there. Let me hear from y'all. If you guys aren't on the Instagram page, so if you're not on the Instagram page, Monday's episode going to be Becoming Untouchable. I'm going to do an update to it. So excited to see that. Excited to see that. Update that and get a little change back into that and bring it back up. Oh, I got you. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm doing all right. Hopefully y'all doing all right. Saturday afternoon, about to get it cracking on this weekend. Football games coming up today. Got a lot of stuff going on, but let's get in here. If you guys got some questions, comments, drop them in there. I'm trying out this new streaming platform, so I will be able to like pull your comment up and even have it on the screen. That's pretty cool. So I'm trying some new stuff here. We'll see. We'll see if it works out. That's pretty cool. But if you don't, then I'm going to be working on this episode kind of as I'm going through. As I'm going through this right now. So let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. So I got you. Let's pull it up. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, so I'm about to do some PT before lunch. Any good tips to prepare for the APFT? The APFT or the ACFT? Because if you're preparing for the APFT, super simple. You just do push-ups and sit-ups. And what I would say is this, to improve push-ups, right? To improve those push-ups, do weighted push-ups. Put your kit on if you got a kit. If not, put like a 25-pound weight on your back. Not a dumbbell, but like the round plate. Put that on your back and do weighted push-ups. And the same thing for sit-ups. I hold it right here and I do weighted sit-ups. To me, that's better than just doing push-ups. People are like, oh, just do push-ups. Do weighted push-ups. Because if you can do that, if you can do push-ups at a weighted level where it's heavier, then it's going to be able to be better, more effective for you. So that's something that I would recommend right there. Weighted ones. But I don't know. Are you preparing for the APFT or the ACFT? Because you should be doing the ACFT. Yep, I gotta start writing this episode coming up. I want to do a little script, do a little stuff, but trying out some new stuff on this YouTube live stuff. I like it. I like it. I like it. It's pretty nice so far. I like it. Okay, I got you. Let's see. APFT, my unit is requesting one for jump school, and I got to take one again. Damn. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, so I mean, that's what I would say then. Is just stick to those weighted push-ups. Weighted. That's the best. That's the best bet. Obviously, you can do push-ups till the sun come up. You know what I mean? Do 25 every hour, right? Put your phone on there, be like, hey, can you make an alarm every hour? And every hour you knock out 25. Throughout the day, that's a lot of push-ups. Same thing for sit-ups. But yeah, that sucks. The APFT is terrible. It's not an assessment of your physical fitness, but somehow it is. It's a bad test. Got you. All right. I'm liking this new layout. It's kind of easy to do, kind of easy to see. I like how you can bring up questions. So I like that. Hey, if you guys got any questions, just drop them in here. Let me hear from you. I got some new overlay system here. I'm able to kind of drop some stuff up and see. If you guys don't know, I'm at Instagram. That's a little easier place for you guys to catch me than on YouTube. I do need to make a bigger presence on YouTube, so I am working on that as I'm going live last week and then went live today. Yeah, so if you guys need some more, check me out on the Instagram. It's just a little easier way for you to get in touch with me because you really can't DM me on YouTube. You can hit a comment, but it's an easier way for you to contact me if you have any questions, anything. So for sure. Yeah, so thanks, Mom. So yeah, so that's just a little easier way for you guys to connect. So as we get in here, but hey, if you guys got questions, drop them in here. I don't care how minuscule, how big, or how anything. Drop them in there. If you're afraid to ask it, just hit me up. Ask it. You know what I mean? Don't be afraid to do that. So as I'm trying out these new YouTube overlays, so some of you guys are seeing, I'm not really used to YouTube Live. Still working on this new camera. I'm waiting on a connection so I can use my Sony. I'm using this webcam camera, and I'm really not happy with it. So for those of you with camera skills, it's not giving me the depth of field that I want. So if you don't know what depth of field is, you're in the right location. Okay. So hit that YouTube, go to that thing. So yeah. So guys, got any questions, drop them on here. I'm able to kind of use this overlay thing now where I can drop your question up onto the board. You actually be able to see it here, but let me know. So, and for you guys that don't know, and not on the Instagram. So the new episode for Monday, everybody voted on. You're able to vote if you get on the Instagram. Is going to be Becoming Untouchable, and I'm going to update it. So it's kind of going to sound very similar, but the old Becoming Untouchable, I shot it at my desk. Like at work. It was when Here's the Drill was just kind of starting. It was just kind of like this random thing. I didn't know what it was. So now I'm going to kind of shoot it again and reshoot it and update it. Cause to me, it's one of like the most fundamental things that I do when it comes to keeping that confidence and that mantra and that everything is just super awesome. So let's see. I got you here. Put you on. Thanks for the mention. One of my goals is to be a drill sergeant, and I want to do high speed stuff for. Before I'm PC, is there any good advice to go with the mindset and long-term, short-term goals? So don't get caught up being a private first class and doing private first class things. That's very typical of privates, right? They want to do private first class things, right? They see a specialist, they want to do specialist things. They want to sham, they want to do whatever they can do to just be a young person. But for me, I think you really just gotta focus on what you're gonna do when you're a sergeant and how can you be a better sergeant. So that should be some of your immediate short-term goals is you start watching NCOs and taking tips from them and how they motivate soldiers, how they provide purpose, how they provide direction. Because without those things, anybody can be a boss. Anybody can be like, hey, you go over there and do this. Hey, you pick that up. Anybody can do that. But are you going to be followed? That's a big deal. So for you as a private first class, I mean, that's the big thing that I would say is short-term goals should be what you're going to do and how you're going to do it when you're a sergeant, for sure. So the first untouchable video is really good advice. Looking forward to update one. Yeah, so Torres, I think it's going to be kind of the same. Or Michael, I don't know. If you're not in the military, I usually just go with the last name. But it's going to be kind of the same. I just want to update it and bring it back to my background, my new camera, and all my stuff. I just really want to fix it up because I think some of the first episodes were some of the best episodes content-wise. But now a lot of people see that because it's so far down the list of 40, 50 episodes and they don't really see it. So I think that's something that I needed to change. And then it's also one of my, like I said, to me, it's one of my foundation core episodes and what I do and how I do it. So I'm excited to redo it. So, because it gets me juiced just thinking about it, because it's one of the biggest principles that a lot of things in the military people don't have. When you really think about what the video is about and how you need to be good at PT, good at your job, and being great at a leader, some of the, where you find a flaw in somebody is when one of those pillars are gone, because you could be a great leader and be great at your job, but if you suck at PT, people are going to be like, follow this dude. This dude did 12 push-ups yesterday. Like this dude can't even do a pull-up. She can't even do, she can't even run 2 miles in 20 minutes. Like, what are we doing? Like, so these are just the little things that I think it's hard for you to follow people when, and it's a common thing in the military too, right? Where we talk about how like people are like, oh man, like how are you going to get on me about your haircut, but your Buddhism blouse? Like, you can't go say nothing to nobody if you're messed up. If you're messed up, you can't say nothing to nobody. So that's why the untouchable mantra kind of came out and said, if you become untouchable, then when you talk to people, they can't say nothing to you. They can hate you all they want, but they can't say nothing to you. You know what I mean? So, but all right. Hey, if you guys got some questions, hit me up. I'm going to be on here for a little bit. And then again, if anybody that's on Instagram, that's not on the Instagram, just check out the Instagram. Super easy. I know some people don't want to be on social media, and that's fine. I have a lot of people that have no posts, and you could tell these people, they just want to be on Instagram, but they don't want people to see, or they don't want to post their life on it. And that's cool. So I understand it. Yeah. Little lo-fi beats in the background. If anybody doesn't know about Lofi, I suggest you look up Lofi, L-O-F-I, Lofi beats. Super great, super relaxing, easy stuff to work to, study to, anything you got to do. So I suggest it. But all right, hey, if you got them, let me hear them. Or tell me where you're chiming in from. That's another one. I know a lot of people. It's crazy when I start seeing a couple things from people saying the majority of my people are from New York or Korea or this. It's really cool to see all the locations of where a lot of these people follow from. Shoot, I got you. Okay. What do you think about people who are tab chasers? I saw SF tab on your uniforms interview. Yeah, so I worked in 3rd Special Forces Group. I mean, when you phrase it as tab chasers, then yeah, obviously the principle's not there. But I mean, you got to look back at people just really trying to challenge themselves. You know what I mean? That's the thing you really got to think about is, are they challenging themselves? And so people that chase those things maybe chase the challenge. I want to go to airborne school. I want to go to air assault school. I want to go to SF. I want to go to this because I want to be chased. Now, are there things about that where people are like, hey, they're doing it, but they're not a team player, right? And they're not doing that stuff. So I mean, it's like that's an issue. That's an issue, no doubt, 100%. But for me, I don't have a problem with people chasing schools to measure themselves and challenge themselves. And now, if like I said, if you're doing it and then you're triple treat up, you know what I mean? You got your stacks up to the side and you're over here flexing everybody. It's like those don't make you great. They don't. So that's a big key for that. Let's see, I got you. Okay, Joe, I just had my knee surgery 3 days ago. I have physical therapy next week. Any upper body workout plan you recommend while I'm on calm leave? So, upper body workouts, I mean, knowing that you can't use your lower body, to me, I would instantly think of what I can do with TRX bands, right? TRX bands are unbelievable. People don't give them enough credit. They are kick-ass workouts, right? And there's a couple different ways to use those TRX bands, from actual reps to isolation, where it takes you 5 seconds to go down, 5 seconds to go back up, or, fast bursting ones where you pull up and you slow down. There's different ways to work your muscles instead of people just, even just like people that do the bench, right? They just do a rep, or they do a 5 second rep, right? And then they come back down on a 5 second rep, or they do a hold. So stuff like that. So I would say really, really touch up on your TRX bands, man. That's something you can do. And then you just got to find a way to get the, without using your legs, getting that cardio. So what I almost would say is, you got to find a way to get that heart rate up, to just keep a little bit of burning that muscle, or burning those calories throughout the day. So, okay, I got you, Tran. Let's see. How's life at Bragg? So, you know me, I'm not at Bragg, but I'm not at Bragg. I wish I was, maybe in a few years. Maybe in a few years, but we'll see. So, man, I love Bragg, though. I'm telling you, if anybody has ever got to Bragg or been to Bragg and you just pull onto it, man, you can feel that place pulse. You can feel it pumping. You can feel it jump. It's just, man. And if you know, right? You could pull on there and there's Black Hawks going above your head, and then you're hearing the range go off, and you're hearing mortars go off from the Marines in the back doing their stuff. And then you drive on base and there's 10 people rucking. There's 10, man, dude, it is exciting. It is exciting. Like, because it's a place where if you don't get in, like, it's going to pass you by. And that place, but if you can make it there and you're great at Bragg, then you can make it anywhere. Period. So, period. Let's see how exactly it changed. Going through 35 pipeline for RAS. So I got you. Let me see. That's exactly how I see it. Absolutely challenge. Going through the 35 pipeline for the challenge in itself and going into RAS password. Yeah, RAS would be awesome, man. RAS is a great program. Absolutely great program. That's one of the Ranger programs that I'm on right now for my PT right now, that I've been on for about 7 weeks. So that's something that I've been on, and they have a program on. For anybody that doesn't know, you can literally go to Army Ranger School PT program, or Ranger PT program, and you can look it up, and they'll give you a 12-week program. It is super nice. It's really, really simple, but it's efficient. So I've been doing it for a little while. It's really good. And I mixed it in with a couple other things, but it's been good. All right, got you. Yep. So people who want the beret for social media, then, RSD versus peace. People who want to live through the actual lifestyle. Thanks for the answer. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, yeah, you're gonna find those people no matter what. Like, you're gonna find those people that are driving to just be, I want to be cool, but when it's time to do cool stuff, I don't want to do cool stuff, or I want you to think I'm high speed. But what I always tell people is this, right? Everything above your name tapes is something you do for yourself. Everything below your name tapes, right? Whether it's a drill sergeant, instructor, recruiter, any of that, is what you do for the Army. So always remember that, right? And I'm not against, like I said, I went airborne because I wanted to help the unit, but I can see how everything above the name tapes is usually for somebody else. You know what I mean? So, all right. So you got you. Drizzy, okay, Drake. That'd be awesome. You need to drop a new album. Okay. How do you stay motivated in a low speed unit? So, man, this is a tough one, because at the end of the day, you really, really have to have goals. And if you have goals, you'll be motivated. That's it. You just got to have these goals, but you also got to have somebody you can get in touch with. Right. And I have some of my friends that I can hit up and be like, hey man, what you doing? Like, how are you doing? They're like, oh man, I just did this. And I'm like, oh, okay, my juices are going now. I got to get my shit together. You know what I mean? So, for me, stay in those goals and don't get caught up. This is what you're going to happen, right? This is what's exactly going to happen. You're going to get to a point where you're going to be in your unit and you're going to be surrounded by low speed people. You're going to be surrounded by people that don't want to do anything, and you're just like, then you just fall into that mold. It's super hard to get out of that. So that's a super difficult thing to get out of. But what I would tell you is just have goals. And when I tell people this, and I tell my soldiers this, I tell a lot of people this, I say, when you're in your uniform, go to work, bust your ass. When you're out of uniform, hey, Netflix all you want, relax all you want, that's fine. But as long as you were in uniform and you grinded your ass off and you were doing great things, that's what it's about. So when you put the uniform on, remember that. Just go to work, grind. Don't be in your uniform on your phone watching Netflix. What? No, get out of here. Like, stop. So for me, write your goals out. Right? I'm telling you, write your big 3 right now. Hey, 90 days, these 3 goals right here. And then I'm just going to cut these little goals up. Like, hey, in order for me to get this goal, I'm going to get these 3 little goals. Bang. You start cutting it up, man. You start making little moves, you know? Let's see. Looking to PCS over to brag. Yeah, for sure. I'm telling you, it's a great move. It's a great move. Great move. Oh, got you. Oh, Schofield. Hey, what's up, brother? Hey, Son French, do you know anything about Fort Drum, 10th Mountain Division? I'm going there soon. So I don't, but I will tell you it's going to be cold. It's going to be cold. It's going to be some. But listen, that's a huge unit. That's a regular Army unit, right? That's a big. That's one of the pinnacle units with the 82nd Airborne, 10th Mountain Division, the Screaming 101s out, in Fort Campbell and stuff like that. We're talking big frontline units, right? So there's going to be a lot of opportunity there. There's going to be a lot of opportunity because the unit's so big, so powerful, a lot of money, a lot of finance and training available in that unit. So what I would tell you is they're pretty pro air assault, and air assault is on Fort Drum. So you can definitely go there and get that. So I would tell you that is if I had to tell you to prepare for something, then I would tell you to prepare for air assault. That would be something that they want to see there in 10th Mountain Division. So for sure. But hey, that's a cool unit. Fort Drum, New York, cold. I got it. Kind of up there near Buffalo and stuff like that. But enjoy it. Enjoy it because that's a huge division. And when you see the patch, that's a very, very prestigious patch. And people don't understand that. I mean, people lose track of the patch that you're wearing and the unit you represent. It's pretty cool stuff when you do that stuff, man. That's Vilsec, Germany right there. Yeah. Gotcha. Okay, I'm definitely falling into that mold. I'm trying to get out of it, but even in leadership makes me feel like I don't want to be here, so I kind of lose my drive. Yeah, it's one of the worst things to be around is just people that want to sit and enjoy being average and just not doing anything. They love that. But it's such a bad thing to be around. And then when you're out there trying to break the mold, all you get is no, all you get is get out of here. And why you get to do it, but I can't. Man, dude, it sucks. I know it. Trust me. I know that feeling. But you just got to keep going against the grain. And if people don't like you, then people don't like you. It is what it is. That's too easy. So, and I've had people that don't like me, and that's fine because I know they don't like me because I don't accept status quo. I don't accept the average. And if we're just sitting down bullshitting, I'm not about that life. So I got stuff to do. Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's time to sit down and just hang out a little bit and take a breath for sure. But at the same time, there's sometimes you're just no, I don't. I got to grind. So, all right. Shoot. I've been. I don't think I got. Did I get all that? Yeah, I did. Okay. I've been thinking about going active, currently in reserves. Okay, due to some major financial problems, but my section is planning a deployment for later this year. I really don't know what to do. Don't ever fear deployment. Deployments are great, and if you have financial issues, deployment's where you want to go. We're talking tax-free money. So, I mean, look at your paycheck tax-free. That's probably $600-700 more. So if you had financial issues, deployment's where you want to go. But, a lot of people run from deployment because they just hear deployment and they think they're going to go die, you might get into action and get into stuff like that, but it is what it is. For you, though, the best part of a deployment, though, is the actual structure of a deployment, right? The structure of deployment is unbelievable. The way you're living there is basically as crazy as it sounds, basically you're in prison, right? But you think about the lifestyle in prison is very, very structured, right? For you being in deployment, it's very, very structured. You wake up, you do your job, you're going to work out if you get a chance to, right? If you're not on mission, you're not outside the wire, you're not outside doing your thing, right? Then you're going to go back, and go to sleep. That's it. You're going to eat, work out, sleep. That's it. And that's an enjoyable thing. You don't get days off. There are no weekends on the deployments. There's no set, like, no, like you don't have like, hey, Saturday's my day off. No, we work every single day. But you got to remember, like, your job, and when you have such structure like that in your life where you just have like, hey, today I'm going to work out at this time and I'm going to eat and I'm going to do this, you're going to be crazy when you sit and think about what your body's going to start to look like, how you're going to feel when you're having structured meals, right? And it's not spliced with Krispy Kreme and Pizza Hut and all this random crap. It's going to be so structured. Then to watch you physically build up, then to watch you mentally gain up, then your finances are jumping because you're getting tax-free money and you're not spending money on nothing. Not gas, not nothing. You're not spending money on anything. Your phone's turned off because you don't need your phone. Like, so it's like, when you really think about it, deployments are great. That's why a lot of people chase deployments, because deployments are pretty good times. So as bad as it sounds, like obviously you're away from your family, and that's a huge opposite dark side of it. Like that, you don't want to be like that. But at the same time, it's something you should chase. All right. Yeah. Any other questions in there? You guys let me know. Going busting out the YouTube live. If you guys aren't on there, check out on the IG for sure. Check that out. It's a little easier access for you guys, for me. Super easy. I said you don't have a lot of access to me through the YouTube, but the YouTube's still a channel that I'm using. Also, this year is going to be a lot more YouTube exclusive content. So I'm working that right now, where I'll just have YouTube exclusive content. So there's a little more exclusion there, because I think at the end of the day there wasn't enough. I didn't have enough in there for my YouTube exclusions. So but yeah, if you guys got any questions, drop them in here, man. I'm just kicking it today, Saturday afternoon, getting ready to write this episode so I can get it all nice and clean cut and clear, make it nice and smooth. I'm gonna try and make it a low episode, not too many minutes. Probably I want to try and make it like 3 or 4. All right, I want to keep that episode kind of low for this next one. But yeah, you guys got any questions? You want me to talk about something? You want to hear my opinion on something? Or shoot, like, hey, you want to know? I don't care. Talk to me. It is what it is. Let me know where you guys are chiming in from. That's another thing too. I'd like to hear and see where people are chiming in from, because I've had some crazy ones, man. People being like, one was in like Venezuela, and I was like, whoa, like I didn't even know like I had somebody down there in Venezuela. So if you guys got any other people, put them in there. Let me hear from them. But yeah, this YouTube banner, I'm liking this little overlay thing. How I can pull questions up too. That's pretty sharp. I like it. Definitely like it. But I will say this. So I'm trying. I don't know if I'm going to do YouTube live every single week. I'd like to. I maybe try and make it a Saturday thing, or Saturday I'm YouTube live, and then maybe during the week an Instagram live. They're nice. I mean, they don't get a lot of people in them, but I don't really worry about that, because you could just answer these questions that some people have, and have that level of impact. That's huge. So I like that. I like that ability to that. But yeah, I want to, and it sucks because on YouTube you really can't post a schedule and be like, hey, this is the schedule, this is what's going on. So I got you. Currently stationed at Fort Hood. Okay, down in Texas. Okay, you probably got some good heat down there, or at least warmer than it is up here. So I miss my 50, 60 degree days. I bet you it's like 50 or 60 down there, I bet. But yep. So, and then I'm in the middle of working on a new logo right now. Yeah, in the middle of working a new logo, actually like a logo instead of like text. So, I mean, I kind of have a logo with the hat. The drill hat is kind of a logo too. I think I have that right here. No, I don't. Okay. Yeah, so it's kind of that. So kind of in the middle of working a new logo for that. But yeah, I also have in the middle of working on a little docu-series, like a little docu, what do you want to call it, like a mini series. I'm going to try and make 3 little episodes. For those of you that don't know, I competed in Best Comcam in 2019, and me and my other buddy, we both won, and the DoD's Best Comcam, so we were the Best Comcam for the year. So I'm working on working on a little mini series for that because I have like 100 gigs of stuff for that. So I'm gonna make like an episode out of it. Like it's gonna be pretty cool. Yeah, you'll see what I got coming up for this for sure. Yeah, you'll see. Of course, I got just a little change, nothing crazy. All right, let's see. Recently, we were Throwback Thursday. You mentioned drill sergeant school. How was it for you, and what advice would you give? Also, what are the requirements? So the requirements are 95 on the GT score. Basically, that's it. Which a 95 on a GT score is super low. It's super, super low. So that's why they say the requirements are really, really not that hard for you to get into. But what I would say is the big requirement is mental health stability, right? So if you go and you get a mental screening and say you're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, you have anger issues, like they're not going to let you go to drill sergeant school. That's the big one. But advice, studying tips is huge, man. Just how you study and because you got to be able to recite a lot of mods a lot, and you got to be able to say them. You got to be able to say them a lot, man. And you're talking about 1,500, 2,000 word essays of just spit this, and you got to be able to spit it. So just how your studying habits work. And I've talked on a couple, I believe on the other live session prior to this, I talked a little bit about it and how I study in 20-minute increments. I'll study for 20 minutes where I read it, study. Then I'll do 20 minutes where I take time off, right? And I'll just go watch a show for 20 minutes. Then I'll come back and study for 20 minutes. Then there's times where I'll write it down. I'll just keep writing it down, and then I'll kind of pound it in my head. Then there's times where you just listen to it, have yourself say it. Then just listen to it while you're in the shower. And don't say it, just listen to it. So you kind of tap into all these little things in your brain to get it to kind of spin up for real though, 1,500, 2,000 words is a lot when you really start to think about it. So especially when you're up there and there's 10 other staff sergeants, sergeant first classes just staring at you, and you're just like, grabs the sling up the upper sling swivel with the left hand or right hand sliding down the side, grabs the, and you're just like, oh my God, like you better spit it. And then the drill's looking at you too. And then you got to sound off. So a lot of stuff can go into it, and definitely, but requirements are low. So that's why they say when you get DA selected for it, like, don't think you won, like you were like, oh, I'm the best ever. Like, no, like the requirements are super low, but to make it through is still a difficult thing. It's 100% difficult to make it through that school. 100%. The graduation rate's not too bad. The graduation rate's probably like 70, 75%, but it's still a super difficult school. Got you. Oh shoot, you got me on there as a staff sergeant? Shoot, Adrian, I got promoted. Woo! Got promoted to sergeant first class. It's still hitting me too though. Okay, but I understand. Yeah, if you guys got any other questions, let me know. It's open up this avenue for probably another maybe like 20 more minutes. I try and do these in like an hour segment, and whatever comes of it. I know some people put this on in their background and just listen, and I do that too for some other people that I listen to, and just hear them answer questions and be a little more authentic and down to earth with what and who you're talking to. You know what I mean? That's a big deal. That's a big deal. But yeah, let me hear from you. Let me hear what y'all doing today. What y'all got plans for next week? Hey, if you guys are on the Instagram, hit me with a emoticon on the side. Let me know you're in the Instagram so I know, because to me that's a little better place to me. But I don't know. YouTube's really nice, and I'm liking this YouTube live and these little overlays like this. Oh shoot, I'm on opposite. I like these little overlays and little stuff like I can pull up your questions and stuff. That's pretty smooth. Definitely pretty smooth. So, got you. Here we go. Bill Delaney, my son's graduating 11 Bravo at Fort Benning next week, going to PCS to Fort Lewis. Good base to go to. Yeah, hell yeah. Man, I would go to Fort Lewis in 10 seconds. Even though I'm not a big fan of the West Coast, strictly because of the timelines, everything based for them. If you know me, I'm a sports fanatic, and everything on the East Coast starts at 9 o'clock at night, and over there it's like 6, and I'm like, golly, I wish I had that. But anyway, Fort Lewis. So Yeah, great base. And then you're near so much. It's a good location. So I had a couple of buddies out there, and they super, super enjoyed it. A lot of stuff to do, and it's a great access point for a lot of places. Plus, the thing about Fort Lewis is it's not the biggest base, but it's not the smallest base. And there's a lot of frontline units on that base. There's I believe it's first Special Forces is out there, so there's a great unit out there in that. But there's just a lot to do, a lot to see, great scenery, mountains. You can't beat it. So I would say that's awesome. And congratulations on your son graduating 11 Bravo. And what I would say is I'm betting. Let me know in the chat, Bill, if you were even able to go to the graduation because of COVID. Like, that shit pissed me off. And I don't mean to, whatever, but as a drill, when I had new soldiers come to me and just in process with me, and just to know that they didn't get to have that graduation day of like the family come and do this, and you get the family day for 2 days, and they didn't get that. It's crazy. And I think it's absolutely asinine that they were holding people out of that stuff. So hopefully they didn't do that for you. If they did, let me know in the chat. Let me see if they did or not. But it's crazy because I really wish they would have just let people do it, because it's such a huge pinnacle moment in so many people's careers, so many people's lives, especially the parents. And then, for you're sitting in your hat 42 days in a wake up, 41 days in a wake up, 30, you start going through all these days in a wake up till you see your wife, your son, your husband, or whatever, whatever. And then all of a sudden you get there and like, yeah, well, we cancel graduations because we have to wear a mask. You're like, dude, come on. So, but yeah, please. Benning's a great base too. Been down to Benning before. I went down to Benning for airborne school. A lot of history, a lot of stuff down there. It was super awesome. But you'll enjoy Fort Lewis, and especially, if he's going out there, then you'll get to go out there too. So that's exciting too. So go make a trip. Go see how the man's living, and then get out and check the scenery out there. There's a lot of stuff to do out there, so definitely. Got you. Oh, do they allow him to come home and get his car? And no, we can't go watch him on the fob. So you got to figure out with him, and I don't know if anything's changed in the 45 days since I've been a drill sergeant, which I doubt it has. At least for us at our AIT level, we were not allowing people to take leave in transit, right? They were going to have to go fly directly there. They graduated, and then a couple days later, they get on a plane and leave, right? Now, back pre-pandemic, they would leave the same day of graduation if it wasn't for a crazy flight to Hawaii or something random. They would leave the same day of graduation, and they could fly home, and then from home, they can drive their car there. There's so many different options for them. So if it's me, and I'm personally just guessing right now, but knowing I just came from the AIT land, where I would say he's probably going to fly directly there. All right. He's not going to be able to go home on leave, which is chaos, but right. And then he's going to get there and go on quarantine for 14 days, right? Which makes no sense, because then he could just go home and then go there on quarantine. I got it. Trust me. Splitting hairs with me. Okay. But what I would say is he's probably going to go there, go with it, go straight to his unit, go there on quarantine 14 days, then see if his unit will approve him leave after that so he can get his vehicle up there. Now, could there be a chance for maybe you to drive his car up there and his stuff up there for him? Yes, that probably would help him, but we just don't. I don't know what their regulations are right now, if they're keeping people on post, if they're not allowing them to go off post. There's just so much pandemonium, and every base and every unit's doing it different. There's just so much. So what I would say is the chances of him going home on leave right after graduating, I just came from AIT land. Maybe a lot could have changed in the last 10 days, but I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll see. So we'll see. All right, this is my madre. Lots of support groups online to help parents, information to help, and also soldiers. For sure, yeah, you guys check that stuff out, especially for the parents in here. Check it out. There's a lot of stuff on there. I'm currently not on Facebook, but there's a lot of pages on there and a lot of stuff that gives that information. Thanks, Ma. Oh, my guy Perry here. Yeah, what's up? When you back in the States, man, give me a roundabout, man. You coming back soon, man. Coming back soon. All right, yeah, hey, I'm going to rock for another, what are we at? Maybe 19 more minutes. But if you got questions, hey, I'll keep it rolling. Let's roll. So Let me hear from y'all. Let me know what y'all are doing. What you guys got plans? What are your goals this year? I don't care. Let me hear it. Let me talk to y'all. I got some goals I don't want to tell y'all about, which is not, I don't want to say usually not me, because usually you know me, I'm pretty upfront. But one, I want to keep to myself and see if it comes to fruition. And then two, I'm just going to try and have an impact in a world built around people that don't want to have impacts. So when I step on a scene next week in the 55th, hopefully I'm going to make some big impact. Well, at least I'm going to try to. People might not like who I am or how I act, but we'll find out. We'll find out. I'm ready for that. Yeah. We'll link up. Link up when you're back in the States for sure. 100%. 100%. Yeah. All right. Hey, if you guys got goals, put your goals down in the chat, man. Let me hear some of your goals. Let me see what y'all got on those goals, and then maybe there's something I can help you with or steer you down the right direction. You never know. Even if it's a goal that I don't know, like shoot, we'll figure it out. But I haven't said it yet, but I appreciate everybody that supports the page. That's even tuned in live right now. That's really cool, man. That you're cutting up some time of the day to kind of like listen to what's going on. And but I appreciate everybody that supports the page. It's pretty awesome. It's crazy. I'm coming up on the 1 year anniversary of the page. I think it's March 30th. March 30th. Yeah. I'm going to try and plan something for the 1 year, like something. We'll see. So trying to plan something for that, because that's crazy. It's crazy. But I mean, in retrospect, really the first Here's the Drill episode came out in November of 2019. But it really wasn't Here's the Drill then. I mean, I don't know. Like I think I had 2 episodes I made, one in November, one in December of 2019. And then 2020 is when I really started making more and more episodes. And all of a sudden, a couple of my buddies were like, hey, you need to make a page, like, and dedicate this to that. And I was like, okay. But yeah, coming up on the 1 year anniversary, even on the YouTube, March 30th. So I'm really excited for that. And it's still growing. Like it's crazy. I think I'm at like 570 something subscribers. Like that's nuts. Like for me. So super awesome people that get on there and subscribe. Like I can't be happier about that. The goal is to hit 1,000. Yeah. If we hit 1,000, I can get to do a couple more features on YouTube that I'm able to use. That'll kind of make my page a little better. So I'm excited for that. I don't know why they don't. I mean, I get it. It's YouTube. So, but I'm excited for that. So that's pretty cool. That I got you. Let me throw you up here. Definitely pumped for you to be there. You bring a lot to the table. People will feel a lot better about saying stuff they want to do for their career, but are afraid to bring it up. Yeah. So, yeah, for sure. And that's something that I'm excited to be there. I think a lot of people know me. They know me pretty well, especially in that building. I literally had the S1 ask me when I in processed on Monday. He was like, you were already here. Yeah. Like, let me find your old file. And I was like, no, I was never at 55th. And he's like, what? He's like, everybody talks to you like you've been here, like you work here. And I'm like, listen, the old commander, like a couple of years ago was like, hey, French, like what platoon you in? And I was like, ma'am, I'm not in the platoon. She said, well, I see you around here. You doing training. I'm like, yeah, I probably do more training than half your NCOs. I'm like, but I just have an impact in your company while I work over there. And she was just like, whoa, I didn't know. I thought you were in a platoon. I was like, nah, like I don't work here. So it's crazy, but I just have that impact, which is good. So I'm excited to kind of get there and have a, when we get out of this COVID stuff and get back into this, doing some real great stuff. Like I'm really excited about that. Really, really excited about that. A lot of plans. A lot of plans. All right, shoot. Well, I mean, if that's it, man, like let me hear these questions, man. But if not, I know we got football coming up, and y'all know me, and me and my football. Like, got football today, playoffs, right? So that's exciting. That is exciting. What you got here? How to make a girlfriend in high school? Well, you don't make them. Technical romance, I'm not sure, but you don't make no girlfriends, okay? You get girlfriends. All right? And what I'll tell you is this, right? Hey, it's a funny question, but it's good. I'm not even mad at you. What I would say is this, is work on you and then the girlfriend will come. Yeah. So make sure you good, right? You successful, you physically stable, you mentally stable, you a good human. And then that'll come on the side. Yeah. So, but take care of you first, right? So that's what I would do is make sure that you straight, you working on you, you a good-hearted, caring person, man, and then make it happen. So time for the Saints to return the spotlight, man. They beat the hell out of my Bears last week, dude. I ain't got no time. I ain't got no time. I don't even want to watch that game, man. The History Channel game. These old people. But whatever. It's football. It's football. You know how it is. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. I'm asking, just trying to get some advice. Yeah, so again, man, like what I would say is just take care of yourself, man. Make sure you're a good person before you're a good person, and then that stuff will just kind of happen. You know, you start to worry about that stuff, you start to focus on that stuff won't happen. So for you, just always what I would say is just make sure you take care of yourself, physically, mentally, and you're growing yourself. And along the way, that's going to happen. You know what I mean? Don't worry about, you know, any of that stuff. I don't know what your age is, but don't worry about any of that stuff. Like it doesn't affect your mantra. If somebody's like, oh man, like high school, you got no girlfriend, like whatever. Like, okay. Like, don't worry. Because listen, the prom king in my high school and the man in my high school for 4 years, okay, right now is not married, don't have any kids, and I'm not even sure he's got a job. So like, oh man, you were the king though. Okay, good job. So your high school drama won't always match that stuff. So how much hours should I play games on my phone? Or my eyes gonna fall out? You wild. So so what I would say is make sure you can have time on your phone, because listen, people don't understand that they tie in time on your phone to. I used to, back in the day, before phones were crazy, and I even had, I don't want to say had a phone, but I had a phone that didn't get news or information. I mean, I literally read the sports section in the newspaper. Like I would watch Sports Center. That was my way of consuming news. And now you do the same thing on your phone, right? You consume news. So everybody says, oh, social media. Now, yeah, if you're scrolling Facebook or throwing on Instagram, then you're not really getting news, right? Now, I get some of my sports news from Twitter, right? So I'm always on my Twitter phone. Like I got to check Twitter. I don't care about any of the politics. I don't care about none of that stuff. But I'm on my Twitter to see sports. Oh, this guy's about to be traded. But that's my way of consuming news now. But for everybody else, they think, oh, they're just in their phone. No, that's my way of consuming news now. That's where the newspaper's at. That's where reading books is at. That's where information is at. So that's where I go for it now. So people lose track of that. Your phone is that. Now, yes, should you limit yourself to phone? Hell yeah. When you're eating dinner, put your phone down, right? When you're eating lunch, put your phone down, right? If you're sharing time with somebody, put your phone down. Like you can get on it later. Trust me. Like it's all going to be there. But that's something that I would say is just keep those hours down. Will the Army pay to ship his car to his new base? I don't believe so. So for me, now they will if you're moving with dependents, right? But I don't believe they'll do anything if you're single. So for me, what I had to do, and when I graduated AIT, I went from Fort Meade to Chicago, and I got in Chicago, I drove my car down to Fort Bragg. Right when I got off leave, and then I signed into my new unit, I had my car, I had all my stuff. I did that on my leave. So what I would say is the answer to that is most likely no, unless he's got dependents. So if you got dependents and family and you're moving family goods, yeah, they'll usually help take care of that stuff for you. But they probably won't. So I mean, I'm guessing you sound like you might be on the East Coast, because the West Coast, he's going all the way to the West Coast in Fort Lewis. So yeah, that's probably a really awful drive, but you can look up a lot of car transfer places that'll transport a car over there, and it's in the world of $500, $600, $700, which I guess is a decent amount of money, but in essence, it's either that or you drive. Oh, Boston. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, we're talking like 3-4 days. Yeah, I mean, but I've looked up before, like. I'm not sure the price has changed since then, but I found, $500, $600, $700. Maybe it's more. I'm not sure, but get his car over there, or maybe what you could do is, think about it like this, a way for you to meet up with him and you guys Airbnb something in Denver, you know what I mean? And you guys get a little house and you kick it for a couple of days, spend some time with the family. You drove his car there. He drives it the rest. Maybe it's a little half and half. So maybe that works, but, and then you fly back and he flies there, whatever, I mean, just think a little bit out of the box, but I had to do it. Yeah. I drove my car, and if I'm not mistaken, so my old lady at the time, she stayed in Chicago. She was going to come down a couple months later after I got on base. So I drove my car by myself 16 hours from Chicago to Bragg. Oh, man, I think about that right now. It's awful. Because if you know me, I can't stand driving more than 3 hours. Oh, my God, I can't. I don't care what kind of car. I just don't like to be in a car. So, yeah, so that's what I would say for that, for sure. I'm trying to start a YouTube channel. How not to get demotivated. YouTube's really tough, man. Really tough. I mean, if you look at my page, I mean, it's been almost a year, and you see where I'm at. And yeah, there's some people that post videos and they get them trending or they get whatever, and their pages grow really quick. But you got to realize YouTube is a very, very slow roll. So it's a tough thing to do. But if you can do it, I've seen people that had YouTube channels for 10 years, and the 8th and 9th and 10th year of their channel is when they really got big. It took years. So, but if you grind on anything, if you bust your ass on anything, you can be successful, period. I don't care who you are, period. Okay, so single Boston, got you. Okay, Andrea, got you. I'm guessing, are there any officer positions in basic training? I'm interested in being an officer and wondering how I can be stationed at basic training. Yeah, there definitely is. There's those positions all over the place. Now, I mean, they'll have lieutenants, they'll have executive officers at every unit, right? No matter what. So every basic training unit has to have an XO. So the minimum have an XO. There's no PLs. You're not going to have any platoon leaders for the platoons, but you will have an XO. So right now, I mean, there's a lot of companies for basic training. So there's probably in the essence of, 20, 30, maybe like 50 of those. So there's a lot of spots for that. There's a chance for you to get down there and be some kind of executive officer for that. So definitely. Communicate with your guys' branch. You guys can definitely communicate with your branch and say you want to get into the TRADOC realm, right? And then you could find your way up there for sure. I know even at my AIT, we only had an executive officer and obviously a commander. So we had a commander and an executive officer. So yeah. From Army? I was made in the Army. But yeah, so I'm gonna rock for another 8 minutes on here and see what's up. So if you guys got any more questions, drop me. Send me about 7 more minutes. We'll drop them in here and then we'll rock and roll. If not, hey, feel free to hit me up. Feel free to hit me up and let me know any of these questions, man. If you don't get them to me right now and you want to do it on the side and ask me something that maybe you're embarrassed to ask me or whatever, for sure. If you want to just see something on the show or see something on the episodes, on the content, just post it in there, man, for sure. I'll answer anything. So for sure. No doubt, Bill. For sure. Hey, congrats to the fam, for sure. So if there's something on the page you guys want to see or you guys want to know about, I need that. I need that. Somebody's like, hey, there's no episodes of this on the page or on this on YouTube or on this on YouTube. And I'm like, okay, well then tell me, cause I do search the YouTube a lot to be like, hey, is there a channel or is there an episode on this? I do that a lot just to see cause if there's a ton of episodes on it, then why would I make an episode on it? You know what I mean? Because there's no reason for it because there's already tons of information over here. Why would you come over to here to get my information? So that's something for me that I'm always working on. So, but if you guys ever have something you want to see, more of this, hey, can we get an episode on this? A lot of times y'all drive the page. And that's something that I've been doing on Instagram. If you guys do follow the Instagram, that you could see is that that's where I drive a lot of my stuff. So I drive it right there because I allow you guys to vote. Like, hey, choose between this, and this. And they're like, okay, we want to see this. And that's pretty cool because then it allows you guys to see the channel. But all right, man, I don't see any other questions, man. I'll give it maybe a couple more minutes and then we'll let it ride and we'll jump out of here and we'll go enjoy our day a little bit. But if not, drop them in there, drop those questions in there. A couple more minutes. We'll go enjoy this Saturday, yeah? Got you. Does the military have an update as to when we can get regular basic training? No. I mean, I think everybody, from what I know, a lot of my drills that are down there, a lot of my buddies that are down there and that, training is still effectively happening. Like they're not like canceling ranges or canceling this. Like now, as far as I know, combatives is not in there anymore, which really sucks. But but there's no update on a date. I mean, everybody's hoping for this summer, you know, getting, half the population vaccinated. And then I think at that point we can, kind of grow up and move on with our lives. But I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I think it's going to be a tall bridge or tall staircase to climb, because a lot of people are going to be scared. Even if it's 4 or 5 years from now, they're going to still be holding on to this. So hopefully we just, move on and say, hey, it's okay. Like, we're good to go. Like, getting sick and stuff like that's going to happen, But I mean, yeah, obviously we want to have safety first and do all that stuff and be protocols, and the military, the Army has done a lot of that. So even when you're coming through basic training, you have 2 weeks where you're just on quarantine yourself before you even get to the basic training. So and that's been cutting cases out completely, because that basic training, they're not getting it because, one, they can't leave, and two, they're not, unless the drill's bringing it in. So yeah, so hopefully soon. Oh, got you. Will the military start vaccinations on base? I think sometime in the summertime, when they start to lower the limit. I think the age limit right now is like 65 and above, and I think in a couple months it'll change. It'll go 55 or 45, and it'll slowly change. Yeah, so I think right now, like I said, we know a lot of higher ups are getting it, like, our sergeant majors, our colonels, and stuff like that. They're trying to lead the way and be a part of it. And some people, it just hasn't been offered to. Like, some bases just haven't had it offered to. Like I know for me at Fort Meade, like, I have not been offered it yet. I know, like, my sister's a registered nurse. She's already got it. She's younger than me. So there's just criteria for it. So, but the military, as crazy as it sounds, it'll be another shot that we get for sure. It's expected. Got you. I know that Fort Benning is vaccinating their staff, and as for trainees, I'm not sure. Yeah, so they're definitely doing definitely doing a lot. You're seeing a lot of NCOs, commanders, and command teams getting it now. It's starting to come down pretty quick in that aspect. So yeah. Just joined. Noticed the live stream just now. I seem to always miss these. Yeah, so like I said, it's the one thing about YouTube that sucks. I really can't let you guys know, hey, I'm going live tomorrow. That's why for me, and I'll drop it on here, is go hit the Instagram. Because on Instagram, I'll be like, hey, I'm going live on Saturday on YouTube. And you can be like, okay, I'm tuned in, right? So for me, on IG, Here's the Drill, hit that up. That's something for you guys to see right there. And that'll make it easier, because until I think I get like 1,000 subscribers, then I can have like a little, I don't even know. That's like a premiere and be like, hey, this is premiering. But I see some people that get to like 10,000, and then they can have a little chat thing and put like a little, or people put memes, but like you could put like, hey, going live on Saturday, but you just have to follow something else on a different social. It kind of sucks, but I mean, it is what it is. Like, that's just the beast of YouTube. So yeah, apologize you to miss it, but I am going to let it stay on there. I do post these in the video feed, so you'll see that as the most current one. So you'll be able to watch this back if you want to, for sure. Definitely watch it back. Definitely watch it. I mean, for some people, you don't have to really watch these. You just put it in the background and you clean the house. You know what I mean? And that's what I think for the live streams are really cool, is because I'm not really showing you anything right now. But if I'm just listening as I'm kind of working and mopping some stuff or doing whatever, or even hitting the gym, and I'm just listening to somebody, so that's something you can definitely do. But yeah, I'll run for about 2 more minutes. If you guys got any questions, drop them in here. And in 2 minutes, I'm out. I'll probably be going on Instagram Live next week for sure. That will happen. I actually have a couple of those lined up. I have one lined up with a guy online that I met, a recruiter, one of the best recruiters on the West Coast. He actually wants to do one live. And then also at the end of the month, I'm going live with Army. Let me pull it up. I'm going live with Army Team Mid Atlantic, and they are actually in charge of the official Instagram pages for New Jersey, Valley Forge, and Philadelphia. So I'm actually going live with them on the 29th, I believe. So that's super, super cool. Like they asked me to come on live, and I was like, that's pretty awesome. So I got you. Have you been on the trail as drill sergeant? Yeah. So I just got off the trail. So I did 2 years as drill sergeant, and I just got off the trail as of December 1st last month. So yeah, so I've been officially off the trail for like 6 weeks. I miss it. I miss it a lot. I'm not going to say I would have volunteered for a third year because I just don't like the aspects of that. And to me, that's a lot of stuff when it comes to progression in your career field and what you want to do. I don't think it's really good to sit stagnant in a lot of places like that. So, but I miss it. I miss it a lot. It was fun. I would run it back and do it all again. And if I could do it again, I'd do it in basic training too. So I suggest it for everybody, man. It was awesome. It was fun, chaos. I mean, it sucked. Don't get me wrong. Like it's hard to see. Like it was so fun. I do it again, and then it sucked. I mean, it drains you. Yeah, like mentally. Like I mean, I feel more refreshed, more physically fit now than I've felt in 2.5 years. Like I just feel great. I've been in the gym every day for the last 6 weeks. It just feels good to just get a little me time. I'm sleeping good. I'm doing good. So like, I guess it, just coming off the trail was hard, but it was super fun. Super fun. Super fun. What you got? In the Corps and the Navy, it is 3 years. Yeah. So, and that's crazy because it shouldn't be, because 2 years is hard enough. 2 years is hard enough. People don't understand working 70, 80 hours a week, 6 days a week. You may get a Sunday off. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, like it sucks. It sucks. And it's a huge burden on the family too. Like people don't understand that too. Like it's a huge burden on your family, enormous burden. So yeah, got you. Hopefully next time you're joining us, start the stream. Hey, that's cool for sure. Like I said, I'm about to drop this right now. I'm about to get off the broadcast, get off the live. But it's yeah, I can't put it out and let you guys know when it's coming, which sucks. I know. I can't. But if you're on the Instagram, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see. I posted, I think like an hour ago or an hour and a half ago. I was like, or actually earlier in the week, I was like, hey, this is what's going to happen Monday. It's going to happen Wednesday. It's going to happen Friday. It's going to happen Saturday. And you guys got to get a little cue. Like if you want to be a part of it, you can. If you don't, okay. But yeah, so that was something I had on there. From what I heard, they do 2 years on and 1 year off, or they do light duty training work like reception and medical. Oh, okay. I mean, then that's not bad. It's still a lot. Aren't they doing a program to respond to forgetting their MOS training? Not that I know of, not in the military. Like, I hope you don't lose your MOS training. Like, I always had my job strapped and ready to go. Like, because that's part of me. Like, that's still my job. Even though I'm working outside my job as a drill sergeant, like, I'm still going to be good. So, yeah, jump on Instagram. Super easy. Even if you don't want to post or you don't even have to have a photo of your face, you just have it to consume other people's content. And there's a lot of people that are like that, that they, they're on Instagram, but they don't post. They don't follow nobody. They follow their 2 or 3 things that they want to see because that's the only place you can see it. So, and then they don't have a photo of themselves. They don't put their name on the top. They put like Mickey Mouse. I promise you. And you're like, Mickey Mouse. But like, that's me. Like I just do that to consume content. I don't care about if I have likes or followers. So, yeah, so definitely look it up. Super easy to do. But all right, hey, I'll close it out. Appreciate everybody jumping in. Appreciate everybody that supports the page, that hits like, that hits subscribe, all that, that comments on any of these things. Hey, I have people that share this stuff to other people. It's awesome. I can't thank you guys enough. You guys are awesome. You mean a lot to me. If you guys want to hit me in a DM and you have any questions for me, hit me up. If you need a mentor, hit me up. I'll be your mentor too. You want some guidance through your next 3-4 years in the military? Talk to me. I got you. But just want to be there for you guys, and I appreciate you. And you know what it is. Oh, wait. Nominate the day, yeah?